And there we are. Hello, everyone. So this is Usagi Electric.
Hi. Already hitting the deck, dog. Thank you for having me out, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Likewise. I'm super excited to have you here. So what we have here is my Data General Dasher. I believe it's technically a D2 model because there are a couple of revisions of this, but this is the terminal for my Data General here. And today we're going to try and get it working. So
I'm trying to get the terminal working.
Yeah.
Let's be clear here.
Yeah, we got, keep the scope reasonable here. So David's here. He's going to help me out. Really excited about that. And yeah, so fun thing about this is it's originally from the 70s. This one is probably from the early 80s because my units were purchased in 1982. If you're familiar with this machine, it's probably because of the Apple television series Severance. Fun fact, neither of us have seen that, so we don't know. To us, it's a Data General terminal. But yeah, so this machine is older construction. It's going to have caps that need to be reformed, and hopefully it doesn't have any bad parts. But if it does, I am prepared because I have already completely torn this thing apart. So we have all of the parts that most likely would go bad ready at hand in case we need to repair this thing. But other than that, I think we're ready to get started.
Let's get it apart.
So, what do you want to tackle first?
Start with this big guy.
Okay, let's take the gorgeous Dasher keyboard out of here because we want to put off knowing whether or not that's foam and foil for as long as possible, I think.
Even if the keyboard's bad, like if it's foam and foil and it doesn't work, just plugging it in, we should still be able to like see the terminal come alive.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's something we can troubleshoot later.
And on that, even without the keyboard, I actually have procured, since I got the machines, a official, you have not seen this in person,
no.
Data General Dasher Terminal Tester Kit. It allows us to send arbitrary data to and from the machine using toggle switches.
That's awesome.
So
That's wild.
I haven't lifted this. I don't know what's under there, so we may have power issues on this thing too, but it might be helpful today, so.
Who knows? Or we could just plug it in. Oh, it doesn't take regular RS-232 on the back.
No. Well,
well, you've got an EIA. You've got an EIA thing, but that's a weird pinout.
You know what? I bet it's on the back of one of the cards, and I left it plugged into the machine. Anyway, we do have a cable in. That's Centronics. What? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll burn that bridge when we get there. You taking one of these apart?
So I have.
I have not.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you unscrew these and then lift the whole thing
Yes. So the thing is, these are extremely fragile. So I'm gonna unscrew one. I'll let you undo the other. They are just a inset nut in the plastic. If you over tighten them, they crack.
Crack it loose.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and move that on over.
Linux FOS, it is not a Unix computer. The Data General, this is just a data terminal. So like data terminals are just essentially like a separate keyboard and monitor that have their own internal memory to keep the data displayed onto the screen. So it's just a way of communicating and getting I/O to the actual computer, which is a Micronova, which runs its own custom operating system and stuff like that.
I wanted to point out here, this is one of the most pretty electronic devices ever made, if not the prettiest I could see arguing for. But I love the fact that you probably never noticed, they're just Phillips screws, completely visible on the front at all times. They're not even slightly hidden. So we're gonna remove those for the first step of the disassembly, and we can get started here. And actually, if you want, you can do the ones on the
Give me the short round.
If you want the longer one, you can take that instead.
Dr. Jones. Yeah, I think the longer one might work better on the front.
Oh, yeah, actually, because it is inset there a little bit. So the two parts of the case are a clamshell that go over top of each other. You can put those ones in this spot there. And then, like old TVs, the power switch is also the brightness knob right here. So I'm just going to pull that out. You pull on it to turn it on or off.
All right, we are fully loose on the back here.
All right, so that one doesn't actually remove yet. So go ahead and leave that there.
I didn't want it to flop down.
It should be okay. I think there's There's a little bit more there.
This is epic. Seeing the cards plug into a backplane from the front here is really, really cool to see.
Let me just pop the top off here, because yeah,
that is good. That is so good. So there's the flyback here. You're supposed to lick it, right?
yeah. That's where the extra juicy electricity is stored.
All right. So you got display memory here, display video, display control, asynchronous interface. So that's going to be your RS-232.
Yeah.
Or your current loop.
In the back here, we're gonna start by removing the backboard, because now that we can get to this, we can lift this up and mostly fold it flat. Yeah, so
that's your ribbon cable catching you there.
We're gonna want to untuck and unplug this. So, fun fact here, go ahead and pull out 2 of the cards. Just any 2, it doesn't really matter.
There we go. That's an AY51013A. I'm pretty sure that's like a average run-of-the-mill UART. So this is going to be your RS-232 board for sure.
Every single card edge is keyed to a
slightly
specific
differently.
slot.
Heck yeah, there we go.
So it's impossible to put them in the incorrect place.
Okay.
Now, I did order every single component in this that is a capacitor. Turns out there's like 50 of the 68 microfarad 35 volt axial lead one of these.
Those are fine, man.
Yeah,
those are going to be totally fine. There's not a number on them, but these little guys, I've come across 100 of these, and I've only come across one that was short.
Oh, that's good.
So those are going to be fine. The only ones that I personally, you have apparently a much more tenuous relationship with capacitors than I do. But the only ones that I personally would pull off and check would be these 3 big guys here, these Sangamos. If they were Spragues, I would almost be tempted to just say send it, but I have come across a couple large shorted big Sangamos. Far more have been totally fine, but I've come across like 2 or 3 that are shorted. So I would pull these out, first of all, check that they're shorted, then we'll toss them on the reformer and just see how they do. Or if you have, I mean, they're pretty 5600, you might be able to put these on an LCR meter and check them and just see what they show up as.
Oh, we can do both, actually.
So I think first step here is to get this board out.
Yeah.
These are just going to be bolted from the backside.
Yep. I just wanted to get the cards out of the way because they're kind of loose and fragile. So.
I'm gonna keep working.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't remove these. They go straight to the transformer.
Chat, remember for us that the isolated screw with the plastic washer here goes right up next to the label here for me, because I'm absolutely gonna forget that. But this one is unique, so we got to remember where that one goes back. Ooh, that is potentially loose enough. Let's get let's get this thing loose here.
So I have removed these capacitors before. That's why one of them has a blue tape. This was the thing that made me want to learn how to reform capacitors. So these have Phillips screws that hold the capacitors in here, and they just go straight into lugs on the bottom of the capacitors. These are not soldered in, so you can easily remove these kinds of caps. Now, if you want to work on that, I will work on the reforming setup here.
All right, we got,
I think they're all the same.
3 big boys out. There we go.
Oh, you gotta grab them. All right.
Look at this, man. He's organized. I just throw it all into a big tub. All right, these are our big guys. These are Sangamo caps, man. So I come across these guys all the time on like 70s era stuff. Usually, they're fine. I think I've come across like 1 or 2 of these that have been shorted, like dead short. I think there was one in my 1144 power supply that was preventing a lot of exciting things from happening. But usually they're fine. So I'm curious to see how these come together. But I'm betting that they're fine. I'm hoping they're fine.
I will grab my LCR meter here first, and we'll check them out with that. And then we're gonna run them through the reforming process. There we go.
5600 microfarad.
So 4.8
millifarads. That's it's a little low, but that's pretty close.
Yeah, that's not too concerning. And
4.7. That's really really close.
Exactly the same thing. So we're looking like it. So capacitors like this will usually be rated with a 20% tolerance on their value. So that's expected.
That one may not do this one. It may just not register. I've got an LCR meter that like does not recognize anything that big.
Yep. All right. Well, time to find that HP LCR meter.
Yeah. If you have a voltmeter, we can just test for shorts on it.
Yeah, if you want to. Here, let me turn on this one.
So we're growing at from 100 ohms, 200 ohms. I mean, this is like a 27,000 microfarad cap. So it's like your multimeter here is charging the cap up, which is causing the resistance to increase. which is kind of what I was expecting. It's a little lower than I was expecting, but I mean, it could just be that's how your multimeter is looking at it, but it's definitely not shorted. Yeah, these are behaving the same way. If I had a bench power supply, I would probably just spend about 10 minutes with each one of these and we'd go.
Well, we're gonna do this a little bit differently. So,
Yeah.
all right.
A little less ghetto? Is that what you're saying?
So this is my capacitor reforming software. So this will control the power supply that I have on as well as the multimeter. As long as we set this up in this way, which I have already done, we will be able to control the power, the voltage level going into the capacitor, which will do the reforming. So we're gonna slowly raise the voltage by measuring how much current it's pulling in. First, I'm gonna plug this into the positive side and then the negative side there. And then we can see 25 volts on that. It is running. Okay, so here we go.
Oh, excellent. Epic.
So,
All right, that's very cool. Yeah, that cap's totally fine, man.
Yeah,
We can totally send that cap.
we're up to 12 volts now. We don't have to go full scale on everyone, and it does take longer to get up to the higher voltages.
Well, and these are 25 volt caps, which means
Yeah.
that they're probably only going to have like 15 volts on them.
Yeah.
Because they way over spec them, right?
Yeah.
So I would say like that cap's totally fine, man.
Yeah.
You've already done more due diligence than I would have ever done.
So we can just let this run for a little bit, and we could actually look at some other stuff while we cycle through the caps in the background if you want.
Yeah, I mean, what else?
So-
Let's crack that keyboard open, because
Yeah,
if it's foam and foil, that's going to be a time-inducing thing.
One dasher keyboard. I have never opened this, so I have no idea what we're in for. For all I know, this thing has its own power supply inside and capacitors and such.
I'm betting that it's mechanical.
That would be awesome. It'd be really nice not to have to do a foam and foil replacement.
These have these wild little tabs on them, and I'm not sure what they're for. They're not plugged into anything.
Oh, that's weird. Maybe they're meant for grounding something? I don't know.
This thing is so chunky. I love it. Like this is one of those things that's like impossible to convey on camera, but like the thickness
Oh, yeah,
of this
absolutely.
is not messing around.
Oh, that's foam and foil.
Yep. Yep. Well, now we got something to do while those caps reform.
The telltale sign that this is a foam and foil keyboard is we can see these two half circles here on the PCB. So those are two contacts that need to be not connected, but they will have a capacitance that goes between them that is sensed, and then the keyboard controller will know which key has been pressed.
Apparently short round is better at this thing.
I think I've had, oh, that beep means we're done reforming that capacitor.
Heck yeah, let's go.
My power supply is programmable load as well. So what I have it doing, see if I can flip this around quick enough here. The voltage on it is dropping because I immediately set it to discharge the capacitor. So not only will the capacitor have been reformed, it's now going to be safe because I discharged the capacitor back into the power supply. Just flip that for a moment. All right.
Rocking the finger guns to the camera.
So I'm gonna go back to setup. What?
Rizzo says if check the batteries on David's mic. Is my mic not coming through?
Yeah, let me here unclip it. Let me see. It is off. Hold on, I'm gonna.
Can I be heard again? All right, how am I sounding? Do I need to sing a song? Stick shifts and safety belts, bucket seats have all got to go when we're driving in the car.
You're the only person I've ever met that knows that.
Cake is amazing.
Cake is awesome.
So we're gonna reconfigure this for 25 volts. See, that didn't really take long, even going to the full scale voltage.
Yeah, that was actually pretty quick.
Yeah. All right, there we are on the second cap. Now this one, I've never put power to, and immediately it looks very much like the other one.
Yeah, it looks identical.
So I think we are in for a good time here today. And now we're ready to continue on the keyboard.
Excellent.
One screw left.
Oh, I'd forgotten it.
That's all
I
right.
was like, I wonder why it's not loose. All right, you want to do the honor, sir?
Sure.
See the chaos on the
All
inside?
right, oh, thanks, Data General.
Oh, does that come through from the backside?
But it's riveted.
No, I bet you there's a screw from the backside.
Oh, maybe that would be.
So let's get these 4 around the outer
Yeah,
corner
there
here.
are. Okay, yeah. Okay,
Flips over,
perfect. Okay.
and then
We're
that
getting
guy
in
is
there.
right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's metal.
Jeez.
It's like just steel.
Good grief.
It was made in '79, so this is a pretty late dasher terminal.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
There you go.
Yeah, there we are. All right.
Those almost look like somebody replaced them at some point.
That would be wild.
Some of them aren't great. Like the space may not
yeah.
work well. I mean, if we have them,
Yeah,
we probably replace them.
we have new foam pads here.
Are
So
they from Texelec?
oh, you know it.
Big shout out to Kevin.
So I'm gonna pull the PCB out of here.
So these should be able to pop out
Yeah.
pretty easily. Oh, yep. That one just came apart in 2 pieces. So this is what happens to foam foil keyboards. So there's supposed to be foam in between those 2 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And foam does not exist anymore.
Nope.
Interestingly, some of these feel okay, but if you're replacing one, you should replace all of them.
Yeah. All right, where are we at? Ooh, this cap's gonna take a lot longer to reform. So
Oh,
we're only at
she's
7
being ornery.
volts, and we are very plateaued on that.
That's all right. It's gonna take us forever to get this done.
Yeah. So this is one of those things where you just need patience.
All there is to it.
All right. Do you want to hit it with the?
Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that really quick here. So
Gotta get those safety squints going on.
yeah, vacuum would probably be better, but all right, yeah, I'll take one of those.
Go to town.
Yeah.
You got to get in the groove, and I always forget the groove. I got to refine the groove every time I do this.
One down.
Yeah.
9,000 to go.
Beep.
That one's done.
Done. Oh my gosh.
Problem solved.
I'm glad that it didn't fail. Oh, I was getting a little nervous there. All right. I'll get the last one started. Wow, those look so terrible. The old ones just,
Yeah, they're rough.
man.
I think we probably had about half the keys work because not all of them came apart in pieces.
It's discharged the other cap down to 2 volts, so we're good now.
5 milliamps?
Five.
On.
5 to 3. All right. That'll give us a shorter step, and it should be done a lot quicker. We'll see how that goes. Target voltage 20, and maybe we'll even stop it earlier if we get bored. All right. Whew.
Let's move this guy over to here.
All
You got
right.
alcohol in here somewhere?
Oh yeah. That's looking good there though.
Yeah, I think that's fine to go back together.
Yeah.
You want to hit that with the vacuum cleaner?
You know, I probably should, seeing all the gook under the keys. There's just debris under there that's from its previous life. That's bad. So I'll call out, wow, just where the stuff was sitting, it corroded it slightly.
Yeah, I've seen that before too.
There is still some more cleaning that we could do on this. Everything else there was kind of just because it would be difficult to do later. If the keycaps can be pulled, they'll be able to be pulled once the thing is assembled, so we'll not worry about that. And
We're just going for alive or dead today.
yeah, just all right.
All right, let's get the
Yeah.
bottom over. I think we might want to vacuum it as well.
That is a weird part. Now that I'm looking at that, like, how do they even make that? It's cast so strange.
Cast aluminum would be my guess.
Oh, it's not. I don't think it's metal. It feels like plastic.
Oh, that might be fiberglass.
Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy. I love the 2 giant rubber feet on this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
All
even
right.
though we took it apart less than a couple hours ago, I don't quite remember how it goes back
I
together.
think the faceplate goes on first.
Yeah, I think the faceplate goes through there
Ooh, yeah.
before you bolt
All
it down.
Okay.
And then if I look at the photo here, yeah, J12 is up.
Okay. Backside is retained by little clips, and then the front we have 3 screws. Metal part sticks up. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah, they
super
stuck up.
weird. I thought it was like a
They were sticking up when I undid it.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody else had it apart at some point in time and put it back together wrong. But that's how it was when we pulled it apart.
well. That is that done. Our cap is up to 13.5 volts.
Well, we should eat lunch at some point in time.
All
What
right.
time is it? It's noon 30?
Yeah. Pizza?
Yeah.
All right, let me look up a closest pizza place.
So one thing, maybe somebody in chat can answer this. One thing I was not sure of is that when the data general comes up, not an if, when, because I'm going to be on you about this. When the data general comes up, if you don't have any drives connected to it, does it go into like a memory monitor type program automatically? If all you've got is a CPU and a memory, you can still get into ODT and like load programs into memory via the memory monitor. And I'm like sure that Data General has to have something similar to that, but I don't know. So if anybody knows Data General stuff out there, let me know.
I think the CPU card has one, but I'm not 100% sure, and I really don't know on the micro.
Yeah.
Or Micronova have a software front panel. That's effectively your memory monitor, right? Because you can access memory locations and toggle stuff in. But on the Micronova here, you got a power switch and that's it. Let's throw some electrons at something.
Yeah. Do we put the caps back in that and then fire it up in that shape?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
I said we put it back together.
All the boards?
Yeah.
Have you seen what the chips are on that thing?
Oh, okay. So I said let's put it back together and check the voltages first. Check the
Yes.
voltage rails first,
Yeah.
and then put all the boards in it.
Yeah, we will want to screw those back in correctly.
Make sure they get them back in the exact same orientation they came out.
So I think I was bad and I did mark Sharpies.
I think you, yeah.
I think I did that maybe, or
Oh
someone.
yeah, you marked it here and here.
Yeah,
here
so
and here.
that's,
I gotcha.
yeah. Me or someone else, I'm not 100% sure.
Eugene Lab says CHER 100 reminding about that one special screw. End of line.
Oh, the special screw. Thank you for reminding about that.
Oh, that
I
goes
had completely forgotten them.
towards the back of the board. Yeah, that is a good catch. Thank you.
So the question is where are we going to check the voltages at?
Yeah, I have zero clue.
On this backplane right here.
Maybe. Oh, I do see some bus bars there.
So we've got power coming into the backplane right here.
So we can
Yeah.
probably check it on that.
But I think what we can probably do is pop this into voltage,
All right.
And we can stab this guy into the black here.
Well, this keep in mind the power connector is on the underside
right,
of
right,
this,
right,
so
Yeah, so we're going to want to come up like this with it.
that's going to be a little tricky. You know what? I think I should have a right angle power connector. Let me see if I can find that.
You ready to send it?
I think I am. I believe that is off on the machine. It's now grounded. Here we go. That is power to it and turning it on. It might actually raster. It did.
I heard high voltage. We got a negative 17 there. It's a little high, but that's not bad.
Weird.
I've got a negative 5 there, so I've probably got my... Nothing. That was the one we were thinking might be in no connect. That's nothing. That's probably the ground. And I got a plus 10. So it looks like we've got a plus minus 12 and a plus 5. I've just got my ground in the wrong place, potentially.
Oh,
Yep, we're good.
okay. Hold on. We got to flip this around.
We're golden.
Oh boy. And then,
Yep.
All right, let's stop there with this and throw cards in it.
I'd say send it, man.
Yeah, I think we're there.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Display video.
I believe that one does go the closest. Yeah, but watch out for those yellow stickers. They will fall off. I believe this one goes right next to the controller. I am missing one possible board here. And that was a printer option. Would be cool to get, but I have what I consider to be a cooler output. There's a video output. I think will be composite video out. So it would actually be possible to screen capture this thing.
Extra force on the back here so we don't... Watching that plastic move around makes me real nervous.
I couldn't see that from my angle. Okay, good catch.
There we go.
All right, we should see 301 keyboard error.
Oh, right, yeah. Now let's plug the keyboard in.
You want to? All right.
Let's go for broke.
Oh, we're going to have to find out if we actually succeeded in the foam and foils. Here we go. Is recording. Yes. Yeah.
Little prayer to the computer gods.
I think I hear more raster. Brightness is probably going to be cranked down. Not seeing anything. But that's not a guarantee that there should be something. How about oh, no, that's not the alpha keys. Okay. Huh. Okay.
Or we just a little, oh my God. That thing feels so gross. I might need a little bit of cleaning on it.
Okay, hold on here. So mode local. Yeah, so we should be getting talkback, I think.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you got some?
Super dim.
Oh my gosh. That's data. Did you crank it all the way?
Yeah, that's maxed.
Whoa, okay.
But look at that. Here we go. Let's go. New line carriage return. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Oh, spacebar is a little sticky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 minus equals.
That is the dasher working.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Super dim.
Yeah, that is crazy dim.
Getting a little better though. There you go. Victory.
Yeah, that is probably working. We
Yeah.
can use the terminal tester to
Yeah.
find out.
Probably the more we use it, the better it'll get.
Yeah.
Just as the whole thing kind of burns itself in.
Yep. I will say though, compared to other terminals,
It's
that
super crisp.
yeah, it looks incredible.
Let's see if we can get a caps going on here. So the
Yeah.
quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. New line carriage return.
Yeah, that looks phenomenal. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man.
Put it back together,
Yeah.
and then
Terminal tester.
yeah, I mean we could try that.
Oh my gosh, it works. Oh yeah, top.
Yeah, I can't go until we
Yeah,
get the top on.
That's also there's a giant thing of foam there to push the cards
To hold the
in.
cards in place.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Cards need to align. There we go. Okay.
Excellent.
I think we're good. Oh my gosh.
You have a functioning
I think so.
dasher. For your usual fare, this is going back in time, man.
Yeah.
So we got an option.
Yeah.
Moving forward here,
Mm-hmm.
we can test this in one of two ways. I'm going to let you decide which way you want to test it.
If one of those ways is going to be Linux, then it's going to be that.
No, 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 no. It's the unknown tester or the unknown.
You should see the power supply first.
Let's go. Let's pull it out, man.
All right.
I got confidence.
All right.
Let's get the base on this thing go.
I think it's
May
79.
2179. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's your date code.
All right. So it does key. Yeah. Kind of. There we go. Back.
Just enough so it doesn't
Yeah.
go falling
It
off.
does take surprisingly more than you would think, but yeah, there we
Okay.
go. Okay.
All right.
Holy moly, this thing's.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna move this out of the way.
Yep. It's all fun and pretty. You might, yeah.
I was just walking it over so I could get my hands around it.
It's not light. All right.
If your computer isn't trying to kill you, then what are you even doing?
There are things that are meant to be used with that computer in this, or that terminal in this room. And somebody would really like to look at them. And it's both of us.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. First things first. You got some Windex and paper towels around here?
Oh, you just want straight to cleaning?
Yes.
I will.
Nothing on the terminal.
Well,
Oh!